Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
And this is Ask Rob and Rob.
Hello everyone, this is Ask Rob and Rob, the show where you get your questions in and we give you some lovely answers. Those questions obviously are normally property related, and we've got two great questions coming up. But if you like this and you like us answering your questions, make sure you check out the Sunday Times each and every week. In the home section, we answer more of your questions there. So make sure you pick up a copy and check out our answers. But before we get into this show's answers, let's give you a quick reminder of how you can get yourself on this lovely show.
Yep, all you've got to do is call 013 808 0035 and leave us a voicemail there, or just head to propertyhub.net/ask and submit your question there. But for now, let's have a listen to our first question from John.
Hi Rob and Rob, it's John here from Horsham. Hope you're good. I'm in a position where I'm about to, in October, I'm going to be completing on a couple of properties, a couple of buy-to-lets. One of them is actually yours, one of your properties from Property Hub Invest in Derby. So I'm just wondering, basically, obviously with mortgages the way they are and the high fees, arrangement fees, and obviously the interest rates at the moment, I'm just wondering whether I should buy the properties outright and maybe wait 6 to 12 months and see how the market goes and see if the arrangement fees and the interest rates get a little bit better and then remortgage them then in maybe 6 to 12 months, or basically maybe get one now and get another on the mortgage. So I'm just interested to see what you would do in this situation. Thanks very much. Great content. Look forward to hearing your reply.
Hey John, thank you for your question. Mortgages, tricky market right now, and that is part of the reason why you are seeing high arrangement fees. Now, arrangement fees are quite normal for buy-to-let properties, but more recently I've seen arrangement fees priced a little more aggressively. And there's a few reasons for this. The first is they can. So because there's been uncertainty recently and a lot of lenders have withdrawn products, then those who remain in the market can charge higher margins. And they can do that in different ways. That can be the rate, or it could be the arrangement fees, or it could be both. Now, the good news is more and more products are coming onto the market. And because of this, I do think both rates and arrangement fees will improve. But that doesn't help you today. Another thing worth noting as well is sometimes lenders have really attractive rates, but then are really charging you for the arrangement fee. So they can get close to the top of those tables for the best rates available, but they make their money through the fees. So that's another tactic that they'll use as well. And this is why working with a good broker is so important, because they'll take all this into account and be able to guide you to making the best decision. But you're in the lucky position where you're able to buy the properties outright and then could remortgage at a later date. So is that a good thing to do? Now, normally I wouldn't advise doing that. I just say, well, crack on with the mortgage, start taking the benefit of leverage from day one, and off you go. But actually, waiting 6 to 12 months is not that long in the grand scheme of things. And if you believe, like I do, that there will be more products on the market and possibly a better rate at that point, then you may be slightly better off. The other thing is, if your property is a new build, when you come to get a mortgage in 6 to 12 months, some lenders will no longer class it as a new build, and then that'll open possibly even more lenders up to you as well. So there are some benefits to it. So it comes down to how tight will this take you in terms of your pot of cash? Will it stop you doing other investments? Because if it will stop you doing other good deals, then I wouldn't be as warm to this idea. But if this is you done for now, then remortgaging at a later date could be an option. So it depends on your plans, what you're doing with the rest of your portfolio. So if it's not at the expense of expanding your portfolio, consider it. But if it is at the expense of expanding your portfolio, yes, it's a bit more expensive now, but having an extra asset in your portfolio will probably have more upside.
Yep, completely agree with that. Okay, let's have our next question. This one is from Noel.
Hi, Rob and Rob. Noel here. Thank you for all the good work that you're doing on the podcast. Question for you on mortgageability and value of ex-council properties. I have a flat in a 4-storey building, ex-council building, all fully privately owned now, in southwest London. Gives me good rental yield. However, I understand from neighbours that mortgageability has become a problem in recent times, before the recent sort of rise in interest rates. The issue is around the fact that the block itself is a large panel system, LPS, concrete slab construction. So the values, I understand from the neighbours, have fallen in the flats recently because it's proving difficult for purchasers to get a mortgage. Against this, though, developers have been building wildly around the area with much smaller flats without parking like we have, going for kind of 60 to 80% more than my own value of my own flat. So the question to you is, should I cut my losses and sell up, or hold on to see if the value increases as it becomes more mortgageable in the future? Thanks again for all your good work. Bye.
No, thank you for the question. This is a strange one because, yes, properties that are of non-standard construction, which is what this would count of, do often present challenges when it comes to getting a mortgage. But that's not a new thing. I can't understand why this would have become an issue since you bought it. I suppose there's a possibility that with lenders raising rates, changing their criteria, getting maybe a bit more picky about how they do business, then some of the options would have dropped away. But that seems pretty unlikely to me. So if I were you, I'd dig a bit deeper into this. You said that you've got this information from mortgageability through neighbours. It's possible that you're not getting the quite an accurate story or the full story. So I'd try and get to the heart of this yourself. But let's say that there is an issue and as a result, values have fallen. Should you cut your losses? Well, if that is the case, then it's happened now. So I don't really see the advantage to selling up unless you're going to anyway. So let's say, just to pick numbers out of the air, that your property is worth 20% less than you thought it was. Well, that's not good. No one's going to be happy about that. But if previously you were happily holding the property, then you said that it gets you a good yield, I don't see what you'd gain by selling now unless that's something that you were already planning to do for other reasons. And if you were to hold, it is of course possible that the mortgage situation improves in the future. So I would say no need to sell unless you have a really compelling reason for doing so anyway. Try to understand in a bit more detail what you've been told. And another advert for mortgage brokers: work with a broker when you come to remortgage, assuming that you do have a mortgage, because different lenders have different policies about different types of construction. And so they will be able to guide you towards the best options for you.
Well, that's us done for another week. You can join us back on Thursday with the Property Podcast and on Sunday for our Sunday Times column. So until those two wonderful events occur, take care, have fun, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.